All right, this past week we saw a little bit of second declension. So I wanted to just have a video that you can look at and see sort of what we've done this past week, which is here, and then what is coming this week after we meet. So second declension, there is a masculine form of second declension, and the endings are here. Us, it's us, e, o, o. E, orum, is, os, is. Okay. And then this week we're going to see that there is a second part of the second declension. We still just call it one declension, but we have the second declension and it's neuter. Now, when I introduce this in class, I don't show it color-coded this way, but because this is a one-sided conversation, I can't really ask you for your feedback to help me compare. So I am kind of giving you the cheater version where it's as if we've discussed what's different here and you've told me what we see that's different. And I do this with the kids all in one similar color just so that initially the kids freak out like, oh my gosh, I know all those endings and all those endings. And, you know, if I can just tell them, hang on just a second, because we're going to compare these and we're going to really look at what is it that we're really learning? How much more do we really need to learn? And what they notice and what you notice here really quickly is really the only difference between these two here is the that starts this declension in the nominative singular. And then we see repeats here, but that's the same as the here. The only difference is the us here. Okay, and the only other difference then is that, again, it's the nominative and accusative here. Okay, these guys are the exact same, and then we have the and and again, they're both in the nominative and the accusative. And so there's a rule that the book tells us about, which says when we're working in the neuter, the nominative and the accusative will always be the same. And so if the singular is here, it'll be here. And if we have the sound, then we will also have it again in the accusative here. And so that's just one of the rules that you're going to find in the book. And so this is what the kids are going to encounter for this next week. And so what we help the kids recognize is there's really nothing new other than those three things. That's it. The rest is the exact same. Okay. And so then we have to remind our kids because they'll say, oh, how am I going to know if this is if I have Deo, how do I know if it's a neuter word or a masculine word? And that's when we come back to the sort of these guide words. These are our vocabulary words. So for example, if I had deus, dei, I can look and see if it says Deo. If I know that the vocabulary is deus, dei, I know it has an us ending, which tells me it's this declension, which is masculine. Okay. And so same here with amicus, amici. Okay. This means friend. This word, because in the nominative, this is the nominative, don't forget, and the genitive. They always in vocabulary give you the nominative word and the genitive. And that way it's easy to determine amicus, amici, I know is a second declension masculine because it ends with the us ending. Whereas if I'm looking at the word war and I see it's being translated, I'll remind myself, oh gosh, what's the gender of that word? And I go back to my vocabulary, because I have it memorized. I have it memorized as bellum belli. We put both of these on the flashcard so that it tells us to what declension it belongs. That tells me it belongs to the second declension neuter. Okay, and so that's why we have these guide words, right? Now I'm going to quickly walk you through vocabulary just as to how you say these words. So hopefully you can see this clear enough. The first one is servus, servi, filius, filii, deus, dei, amicus, amici, Christus, Christi, Christianus, Christiani, and the word et. And that's just a conjunction to join two sentences together. And it means and. I'm going to move then from this page and read you the next vocabulary because I've had kids say, I'm not quite sure how we're supposed to pronounce that. So I want to be sure that I do that here. Okay. So again, here is the new vocabulary our students will see this week. So we have bellum, belly. Sorry, let me try and get that shadow off. bellum, belly, war, chylum, chyli, regnum, regni, primium, primii, periculum, periculi, and finally imperium, imperii. All right, and then there's one more little set here that I wanted to show you, and that is, this is the final page kind of for the week that they're going to get to, and it's didit, diderunt, gladius, gladii, and then the word sed, which is a conjunction that means but. Now going back to gladius, gladii, one might wonder, well, what declension does that belong to? And I can see in the nominative the us ending, which tells me it belongs to the second declension, and that word is masculine. Okay, so it's just kind of how to use some of those clues. All right, I think that should give you a good start with the second declension for this week. Good luck.